Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fuel for Thought, where we are building up to the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps.
Okay, thanks for that intro.
You're welcome.
I love a spa.
Well, you're going to love it even more, hopefully, because what is special about this year's Belgian Grand Prix?
I am going.
You're going.
I'm going.
You're driving
Yep.
with your mates
Yep.
through France,
Yep. Through Belgium.
middle of nowhere in Belgium.
To the other, literally the other side of Belgium.
To the Spa.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
For the whole weekend.
Yep. And I'm going to be watching it from Manchester.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, if I can watch it,
Yeah.
hopefully I can watch it. Either way, we'll have coverage for you.
Definitely. I mean,
On site.
For on-site live coverage. No, joking. It won't be live. But I feel like I'm going to have to watch it when I get back as well, because obviously I'm only going to see obviously I'm going to know what's happened, but when you watch it, you only see a little bit.
You want to relive it.
Yeah.
How you from the best view from home.
Yeah.
Because obviously the best view is watching it on TV because they've got the aerial shots, they've got shots of every corner, blah blah blah.
You can actually watch them go.
You're not looking at a TV 200 meters away.
No.
But you go to the F1 for the experience.
Oh yeah.
And seeing the cars in person and seeing maybe seeing a move in person. I was lucky enough to be there for Through Hamilton in 2022.
Yeah. But you always say you didn't know that commentary existed.
No, but it was epic without the commentary.
Of course, yeah. But now it's like an iconic commentary.
So that's why you go to the races for moments like that.
Definitely. That atmosphere as well, surrounded by so many other F1 fans. Yeah, it's great.
And having a beer with your mates in the field. That's what it's all about.
It is.
So hope it doesn't rain.
Can't wait.
For your sake.
It probably will rain, but it's looking to be about 23, 24 degrees. So
nice.
Even if it does rain, hopefully it's warm enough.
Nice. Those lovely mornings in a tent when it's really hot.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
We'll see how it is. I'm sure I'll update you.
Tell me what happened last year at Spa.
Right. So Max Verstappen qualified P6.
Another...
P6.
Okay. All right.
Qualified.
Okay. So I'm thinking maybe there's a chance someone else won.
Well, Charles Leclerc got pole position.
Oh.
Sergio Perez was in P2.
Oh, so Sergio in the same car as Max. Surely he with a few people between him and Max.
You would think that Sergio Perez would have the upper hand.
Yeah.
However, Max Verstappen won from P6.
Yeah, so it's just another one in his collection.
Yeah.
It was his 8th win in a row or something.
Yeah, I think that was extending his lead. I think the next race after that would have been the record, which obviously he got.
Was Hungary, wasn't it? I think.
What was Hungary after Belgium?
I think so.
Last year, okay.
I think, remember, we were saying last time that Hungary last year was the track that he got his record at.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So Verstappen had won for the third consecutive year in Belgium last year. He was born in Belgium, so I guess it's kind of a home Grand Prix for him.
Yeah.
But then again, Lando Norris is also part Belgium.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, I don't know. Last year, it was just another Max Verstappen. He doesn't qualify pole, but he still makes his way to the lead before the race is half done, kind of vibe. And it's all right. But with the season as it is this year, we're looking good.
We are. Also, last year it was a sprint race. There's no sprint race this year. And last year's sprint race was when it was raining and half the field had to pit in the first lap. And then the other half of the field pitted in the lap after. Do you remember that? And Piastri was leading for a little bit, I believe. But Verstappen took him.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Wasn't it a lot later in the year last year?
No, it's just before the summer break.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's normally this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Ignore
I think
me.
Spa just has its own kind of climate, so it just rains.
It was in there's valleys.
Yeah,
and middle of nowhere, hills and valleys and all sorts.
Yep.
So yeah, not much to recap really from last year.
No, just Max Verstappen.
Apart from the start and Sainz taking Piastri out,
yes,
locking
true.
up into the first corner and just squeezing him into the wall.
Yeah, they both DNF'd. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this year.
Hopefully not. No.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Red Bull 1-2. Boring. This year will be different.
Definitely.
And you're going to be there for it.
Yeah.
So, without any further a Jew.
Yep. That's the same. Let's move on to predictions.
So I found this like quite hard to predict for, to be honest, because anything can really happen.
Yeah, I did too. Especially because obviously we don't know if it's going to rain because it would just happen. I think it would just happen randomly in Spa. I think it's hard to predict because of the nature of the valley.
You don't think it's going to rain, but then it somehow, just ends up raining almost every year.
Yeah, I mean, it could rain in qualifying, which could mix it up. It could rain in the race, which could mix it up. You just don't know. So, yeah I've also found it quite hard to predict. I wanted to mix it up a little bit, but...
Yeah, I mean, I've gone based on how well I think the drivers will do at this track.
Okay.
So that's what I kind of based on because I don't really know where to start. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you go first. Tell me what you got for quali.
I feel like I've just gone with my gut this time. Mm-hmm. Qualifying, P3, I've put George Russell.
Okay, yeah.
I think the Mercedes will be quite okay around this track. I think it's quite...
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. That's a good prediction.
P2, I've put Lando Norris.
Yeah, he should be somewhere in that range, shouldn't
I agree,
he? Either P1 or P2.
And then I've gone rogue pole position. I've put Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
I think Ferrari, he got pole position last year, and I think...
He did, in a quicker car.
In a quicker car, but you just don't know about around Spa. Spa is a kind of a difficult one to predict. So, he could pull out the bag.
I guess, if there's any track he might come back at, this is as good as any. Okay.
Why not? I just thought, pop Charles on pole, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, it will probably be another pole to not win ratio statistic for him.
Yeah, if my race prediction's anything to go by, then it will be.
But no, that'll be good. Mm-hmm. No, okay, not mad at those predictions.
No.
I've got P3 Max Verstappen.
Okay.
He's going to be somewhere up there.
Okay.
Inevitably. Although, he was P3 in Hungary as well.
Yep.
So, wasn't he? He was.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Lando, Oscar,
I need not
Verstappen.
doubt myself. P2, Mr. Lando Norris.
Same as me.
Same as you. Mm-hmm. But P1, George Russell.
Ooh.
Mercedes, they got a good car over one lap.
Yeah.
The last few races.
Yeah.
Both drivers are capable of sticking it on pole, as we've seen. And they're both generally just quick over one lap as well. So I think, and I was really impressed with George Russell's lap in the wet in 2021, where he got P2 in a Williams that didn't score any points.
Yeah. Okay.
That was effectively his first podium because it was like a non-result race. So, but so he's obviously good around this track. That was in the wet, but he's got the skill. Let's see him put it on pole.
That's why I put him on my little quali podium as well.
Believe in him.
Yep, definitely.
The race.
P3, I've put Charles Leclerc.
Okay, that's still a good showing, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think he'll stay on pole. I think the McLaren is quicker than the Ferrari, so...
I feel like something needs to happen in the race for that to happen. Because Ferrari's last podium was obviously in Austria, but that was only because the two front drivers fell back.
Yeah, true.
Or DNF'd.
But Spa has good overtaking situations. Mm-hmm. So,
it's quite a long lap. Was it like in the 130s, I think?
I think around, 120 something. I don't know.
Around that area. Yeah, it's not like a 104 like Austria was.
So, I've put P2, George Russell. I think...
Where's he come from?
Well, I put him in P3. I'm like,
Okay.
I think at the moment the Mercedes and the Ferrari are kind of like keep swapping around who's the third fastest car per race.
Yeah.
So I think maybe the Mercedes will have an edge.
Well, the last 3 races has been Mercedes.
Yeah. Well, Ferrari kind of was in between the two Mercedes drivers, but then that was because George obviously got kind of... Yeah, he didn't qualify well, and the team didn't give him enough fuel.
Based on Hamilton.
Yeah. So, I think Mercedes will be slightly ahead of Ferrari.
All right.
And then the winner.
Yeah.
Lando Norris.
Yeah.
I think
I see it happening.
he's going to get his second win. I know the McLaren was fast around Hungary just because it was the track, but at the same time, I just think they're going to be quick around.
Yeah.
You've not asked me a blaring question.
What happened to Piastri?
Or what happened to Max Verstappen?
Well, yeah, and him too.
Well.
Both of them.
Well, I don't know. I feel like Piastri's won, but he's not consistently on the podium. Like, he's not really... I don't know. I just don't feel...
Not as consistently as Norris, no.
No.
You're
and
right.
I had a really good feeling last race that he was going to win. I don't really have a feeling about him being in the podium. So,
Okay.
you know,
All right.
that's just...
And Max? Where's he gone?
We'll see.
Oh, it's in your old bold predictions,
Oh, yeah.
is it? All right. Yeah, because it seems very unlikely that either of those two make it to the podium unless something happens.
Who?
Piastri or Verstappen.
Yeah.
And I also think that if Norris is in the best position of his career to be winning races, so he's got to take the opportunity now.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So I completely agree with that prediction. Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is why I put P3 Max Verstappen. So the same places where he qualified.
Okay.
P2 Oscar Piastri.
Okay.
And P1 Lando Norris.
Where did you put Oscar in qualify? You didn't put him...
I didn't put him in the top three.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think that McLaren, barring any glaring strategy errors, again, they've just got to capitalise and they're going to have another 1-2 here before the summer break, and then it's anyone's game. But they've got to finish strong.
It would be great for Lando to close that gap a little bit more before the summer break.
Yeah, that needs to happen as well,
Yeah.
for everyone's sake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Piastri needs to play his part to, rather than a 7-point deficit and catching up by 7 points, it's what would it be, like 10 points or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, last race we both predicted Oscar to win. This race we're both predicting Lando to win.
Yes.
And if I'm there when Lando Norris wins the Grand Prix, whew,
Tell you what, I'm gonna open the betting apps.
yeah.
I'm joking. I'm not endorsing that at all.
But we were right last time, so I have a good feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I've just based it on the logic that he's got to win, otherwise he's lost.
Okay.
Got to be prepared to lose to win.
Okay, let's say that every week, shall we?
Yeah. All right. But yeah, without further ado, bold predictions time.
So, I've put Pierre Gasly will be in the top 10. Who will finish in the top 10. He's good around Spa. He finished P3 in the sprint last year.
He needs some luck, doesn't he?
He does need some luck. He DNF'd the last two races, but he finished P3 in the sprint. Was his first win at Spa?
No, his first one was Monza.
Okay.
But an only win. First and only win.
Scrap that. But I just think Spa's obviously a special circuit for him because of Antoine
Hubert.
And I think it just kind of, it boosts him a little bit.
Yeah. He is a good driver, and I think this track rewards a good driving.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just the Alpine that's not great, but I think he'll get within the top 10. I
the
believe
Alpine
in him.
is capable of getting points at this stage.
Yes.
And it has done.
Yes.
So
And it's Spa, so
yeah. Okay.
that's why I've put that.
Well, we're back to the old faithful.
Oh, God.
Logan Sargent, he's going to crash in qualifying. And that's a prediction. He's going to crash safely. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But my prediction is he's going to make a mistake and, DNF qualifying. Let's say that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to predict that someone will
Crash
and hurt themselves.
Yeah.
So he's...
I know what you mean.
He's going to make a mistake. He's going to have an incident in qualifying. Let's say that.
Yeah. And Spa's a tricky track as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's not... if you're going to
I think he's,
have a problem...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
Logan.
Oh, dear.
But maybe it's a good omen.
Maybe
if
he'll
I predict
prove you
him to do
wrong.
bad, and then he's going to do well.
He's going to listen to this and be like, do you know what? I'm going to prove Will wrong. I'm not going to do that.
Please do.
Yeah, I'd love to see Luke. Can you imagine?
If you're listening to this, Logan Sargent, please prove me wrong and keep listening. Thank you.
Give it a thumbs up. Right. Anyway, my second one, quite bold.
What, really? A bold prediction?
A bold, can you believe a bold prediction? Max will not make Q3, which is why he's not on my podium.
Okay.
Because even though he obviously started P6 last time.
Yes.
And finished P1, that car was a rocket ship and this car is not a rocket ship. And I think either he'll prove me wrong and he'll win, I think, or he's gonna get more and more frustrated.
Yeah, maybe.
At certain situations and just not do as well. And I'm kind of leaning more towards that way. Although he has had success in Belgium in the last 3 years, so it could.
Yeah, but the car's not a rocket ship anymore.
No, but it is one of his home races, I suppose. So you just don't know. But that's my bold prediction. That's why I think it's really bold.
It's not impossible. No.
No.
I think he's missed Q3 already once this season, I believe, hasn't he?
I think so.
It rings a bell in my mind.
It does ring a bell.
But what have I put? You're never going to believe this. Pierre Gasly will get points.
What? Are you actually kidding?
No.
That's the same as mine.
Yeah. I've put Pierre points. That's why you're not going to believe it. Because we predicted the same thing.
Do you know what? At this point, I just think we have some kind of sibling telepathy.
Sure. Sure, why not?
We just don't know we're tapping into.
Yeah, but...
There's a lot of things we could boldly anticipate, but anticipating the same thing.
I don't know, maybe we just talk about F1 too much together and we just sync up.
Literally the only thing we ever talk about. No,
yeah.
I'm joking.
But yeah, as you said, he's good round here. Good driver, and he's due some good luck as well. Mm-hmm. So, Pierre, get some points.
Did you say yeah or Pierre?
Pierre.
Okay.
Pierre.
My third one is there'll be a squabble. This kind of contradicts my podium predictions. But there'll be a squabble crash between the Mercedes drivers.
Okay.
I mean, we've had McLaren, even though it's not directly between the drivers. We've had McLaren kind of squabble via not a squabble. You know what I mean? That situation last race.
Yes.
We've had Alpine. We've had Ferrari. Now it's time for Mercedes.
Do you know what? When George joined Mercedes, this was like the worry. Is that he's obviously a hungry young driver with a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Is it going to cause an issue? Is it going to be Nico and Lewis all over again? But actually, they've probably been one of the most respectful duos to it.
Do you not think Valtteri, though?
No, I mean, since he joined.
Right.
Out of the top teams.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
You know, they actually seem to race reasonably respectfully to each other compared to other top teams. Red Bull don't really count because they don't have two drivers of a similar skill at the moment.
No.
But Ferrari, they've been aggressive.
Yep.
McLaren have had issues last race.
I feel like Oscar's too passive to actually say stuff, but
McLaren were all right actually up until last race,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even driver's fault.
Yeah.
So, but the worry of them hasn't actually come to pass.
Not yet. Well, there has been some radios where you need to tell George to hurry up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Standard, innit?
Yeah.
But okay, all right. Well,
I don't know if there's necessarily going to be a crash, but maybe if they if they qualified, I don't know, P3 and P4 or something, and then in the same
maybe it's
row,
tight. Yeah,
like that kind of thing is what I'm thinking about. Maybe one gives one a puncture or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't really think of anything for this third one.
Okay.
These bold predictions are quite hard to predict.
They are.
Because they're so bold.
Yeah.
I've put it's going to be the return of angry Yuki Tsunoda.
Did he ever leave?
No, but he hasn't shown himself in
True.
a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's going to have another angry moment here at Spa, I think.
I expect some good radio coverage.
Good
from
entertainment.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? Bold prediction. It's a prediction.
I hope that means that's good news for Danny Rick.
Maybe. I mean, I don't want good news for Danny Rick to be
Bad
Yuki's
news.
downfall.
No.
But yeah. Why not? I was trying to think of something that would be entertaining to see.
Yeah.
and like not really obvious. You know, I could have put like a wet race because it's Spa.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but then I was like, well, yeah.
I put wet race last time as well, so didn't want to repeat that.
No.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, not really much else to say, to be honest, apart from enjoy the race.
Thank you.
See you on Monday,
Yeah.
or you know when you come back, whatever, whenever I next see you after the weekend. But yeah,
It's going to be a good one.
let us all know how it is.
Yeah.
Keep us updated.
I've never been to Belgium, so I'm looking forward to going. Even though I feel like I'm not really going to like... Oh, I am going to
drive through
Belgium.
it, though.
Yeah, I drive through it. But yeah, Spa is kind of isolated, isn't it? So
Well, it's just in the middle of nowhere.
middle of nowhere. Yeah,
It's quite near Germany.
it is. Very
Yeah.
close.
All right. Well, with that said, yeah, let's end it.
Let's
So, I
end it.
mean, thank you very much for watching and listening. And we hope, for everyone's sake, that we've got as entertaining a review to do as we did for Hungary.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a bit more to say because I've been there. But maybe we can do a separate podcast on
Yeah.
what it's like to go to
Let
that
us know.
sprint race.
Yeah, let us know
maybe.
if you want a separate podcast for, what it's like to actually be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching and listening. And we'll catch you next week for hopefully a blisteringly good review of the Belgian Grand Prix.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
Bye.